Alright, so I wasn't going to start yet, but homie is walking down the stairs, so I thought it was a good time to start. He's changing out. He's getting a new top on, right? I'm excited. Welcome. This is Husky Reacts. It's Lorecast. This is the third Lorecast. Excited to see what we got coming down the line. I genuinely don't know what we're going to be seeing. Maybe a new format. That's a rumor that I heard. I think we're going to see a new set. Or not the new set. Or not see a new set, but we'll see a set. Oh, so this is annoying that this is here. We're probably going to look at the new set. Set 6, right? Very excited. But yeah, we'll find out here in a hot minute. And like I said, this is annoying. I'm excited. I want to see what comes next. Right? We just had the grand finale with Ursula, right? We had the new set after that, and now we get to see what's next. Hopefully the screen goes back to normal, and let's see. 3, 2, 1. Perfect timing. Okay. Yo, okay. What island is this? Oh. Alright, Winnie. Oh, okay. Moana. Big Hero 6? Alright, dude. Alright. Alright. What are they reaching for? Okay, so they got something. Where are we going? Whoa! Is that a water maze? Yo, that's actually really kind of cool. Never mind, terrifying. Azurite Sea. Alright, dope title.
Well, hello, Lumineers. I'm Ryan Miller, brand manager and co-designer of Disney Lorcana, and I'm here to welcome you to this edition of the Lorecast. Now, I've been personally very excited about this one because it's Azurite Sea. And you may not know this about me, but I'm kind of an Age of Sail nerd. I love sailing ships and pirates and treasure and buccaneers and swashbuckling and all the buckles.
And all the buckles.
So I wanted to talk about this for a while. In fact, you may have heard me reference this all the way back to set 1 when I made these quotes about a pirate deck that I've been playing. Well, I shouldn't have said that because I was playing cards from this set, playtesting future cards.
Whoa!
Now I can actually talk about it. So here we are, folks. Azurite Sea.
Azurite Sea. All right.
Following a map, our Illumineers set sail on the beautiful yet unpredictable Azurite Sea.
Okay.
We'll have to be vigilant as the high seas not only brings high adventure, but frightful danger. From coconut-clad pirates to giant wave mazes, there are plenty of loose cannons on the sea. Regardless, with new faces and heroes joining the crew, it'll be a journey anyone would want to record in their logbook. And speaking of new heroes, we've got Big Hero 6. Baymax is joining the crew. And what adventure would be complete without the Rescue Rangers? So let's talk a bit about the for Azurite Sea.
Okay.
Now, this time around, we're doing something a little different with our gift set. We're doing the Stitch Collector's Gift Set. I'll give you one guess as to the theme.
Yo!
It is an entirely Stitch-themed set. You get a portfolio that has the art. Every
I like
Stitch has
this.
appeared on Lorcana is going to be on that portfolio. You get 4 Azurite Sea booster packs. You also get a special foil promo Stitch Alien Buccaneer, only available in that set. Of course, we have everybody's favorite booster packs. Who knows what treasures lie within? And speaking of treasures, we have our treasure troves, a term that makes a lot more sense in a pirate set.
Yo, the dice on those look really nice.
Which you can just pull right off the shelf and play. A lot of fun there. What do we got now, all of these I had to show you kind of digitally.
The Emerald Sapphire, Amber, Ruby.
Don't exist yet, but what I do have to show you right over here are the accessories. You may remember that starting with Shimmering Skies, we decided that we're going to use art from any set we wanted to for the accessories. And we've continued that here with Azurite Sea. So first off, we've got these wonderful Scar sleeves. This is that enchanted card from Shimmering Skies. Wonderful piece. And a quick Scar story, if I might. Now, before the game launched, I went to New York Toy Fair, and I was talking to some folks, and I had just a deck of cards, and I was kind of shuffling while I was talking, and I put the deck down on this kind of raised table that we were standing next to, and a card falls off the top. And that card happened to be Mufasa. Falls right down. And I turn over the next card, and it was Scar. and no one believes me. But there was a lady there. I said, "Did you see that?" She said, "Yes, I saw that." No one believes me.
That kind of hits hard right now with everything going
push
on.
That card, you can't tell me otherwise. Anyway, so we've got this awesome set here. We've got the sleeves. We've got the matching,
so scar sleeves,
deck box
that's
now,
dope.
Many of you also may know that sometimes I like to abuse my power to get
Winnie
certain
the
cool things
Pooh.
to happen. But in this case, I didn't need to because everyone loves the Honey Wizard. So we finally have Honey Wizard sleeves, the Honey Wizard deck box.
That's
I'm pretty
awesome.
sure that all my decks now are going to be in this deck box. It's going to be very confusing for me, but that's fine.
That's fine, bro. Just run it.
Now let's talk playmats.
Okay, playmats. What we got?
We
got here?
Some
what we got?
beautiful art for our playmats, starting with Elsa, the Fifth Spirit.
Ooh.
Look at that beautiful piece there. Very excited there.
Okay, that's a nice playmat.
In accordance with the theme of Azurite Sea, we of course had to use Donald Duck Buccaneer.
Pirate Donald, all right.
Well, since the last time I saw you, we've had a ton of great events, and our team has just been everywhere. We had Gen Con, and that's where we celebrated the first anniversary of Disney Lorcana. It was the first place you could get that really great gold pin. We had a ton of events for our Lumineers out there. We even had a Lumineers Quest room where folks could come in and try
that's
their hand
kinda cool.
against Ursula. And then we went to California for D23. We kicked off the week by going to the Angels baseball game. We showed a lot of folks Gateway, and we handed out a bunch of stuff.
That's
and then
cool.
We did family game night.
They're just randomly giving out packs.
Lorcana with Gateway. People also learned about Chronicles of Light, which is our new Disney game, and also, of course, Villainous. And the booth itself was really fun. There were tons of people there. I just love coming out and shaking hands and taking pictures and signing cards. It was super fun. We had a ton of folks there. We're selling that really cool D23 collection, in addition to all sorts of other fun stuff.
I wish I could get that.
Shimmering Skies there for
I wish I could have
launch
gotten
day.
that, but
I got to go to Downtown Disney, and because we were also selling it there, and that was really fun because I handed out some pins and I met a lot of folks there. We, of course, did the D23 panel where we had many great announcements for the future of Lorcana. And if you couldn't make the panel, don't worry. I'm about to go over some of the highlights right now.
Oh, okay.
At this panel, we wanted to let people know that we have got some exciting plans for the future of Lorcana. And that, of course, involves some new stories and new heroes coming to the game.
Such as?
Lorcana is, of course, the realm of all stories, from the popular to the
Finding out more.
known.
Let's go.
So next year, you're going to get Black Cauldron Glimmers. In 2026, a favorite princess enters
Black
play.
Cauldron
Finally,
Glimmers.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas in 2026?
Join your team of Glimmers for exciting new quests. Ooh. And one of the most often asked questions we get about who's coming to the game can finally be answered, because we are thrilled to announce that Pixar will be coming to Disney Lorcana in the next few years. So that's a lot about the future of Lorcana, but I do want to take a look back at the first year, and I have to say it has been a wonderful year. We have been so honored to be a part of something that has created such a wonderful community, that has created so many smiles, so many relationships, so many connections, and we just wanted to take a quick look back.
(2/12), August 30th, 2022. I remember hearing about this and seeing all this stuff, and immediately thinking this was going to cost me a fortune to get into. Which, of course, at the very beginning it did, right? Now it's a little less of a fortune, but still a fortune nonetheless. This is cool. I'm very excited for this. This is the first ever Lorecast, is what they're calling it.
Bruno?
What?
Bruno? What the heck?
I hadn't...
Instead of playing against your friends and family, you are now playing with them. It is a cooperative experience where you will team together to defeat the Ursula Glimmer and save Lorcana itself.
Dude, these are sick looking.
Oh.
Who?
Chicago!
What? Dude, this is sick. I had no clue. Like, genuinely. Yo, what? Well, I guess they're okay with me reacting to this stuff then. Dude,
We've got some exciting events coming up that I want to tell you all the details about. The European Championship will be at Disneyland Paris Resort in December of 2024. And I will see you there. I'll also see you at the North American Championships in the Disneyland Hotel at the Disneyland Resort in California in January 2025.
And of course, on my birthday, right? On my birthday, the final days on my birthday.
In 2025,
the World
and
Championship?
where else would it be? The Walt Disney World Resort. Now, one thing we talked about at the D23 panel, but I wanted to give it kind of its own space here at the Lorecast, is Disney Lorcana Quest.
Yeah, Quest.
Now, Lorcana Quest is another way to Lorcana. We already have our challenge events, and those focus more on the competitive play aspect, whereas Disney Lorcana Quest focuses on the social aspect of playing. And so you might be playing like in a big multiplayer game.
Oh, is this going to be an online thing?
You might not play the game at all. Maybe it's about dressing up as your favorite Glimmer. Maybe it's about trading and collecting with other Lumineers. Lorcana Quest events just give you another way to have fun with Lorcana. And one of my favorite things about Lorcana is the fact that we are going wider and wider to reaching more places in the world, truly trying to go global. It's really exciting.
I know they just released.
Shanghai
I was gonna say they just
released. I want to say Shay to the wonderful people I met out there. We went to China Joy. Lots of people.
They just released a bunch of them across there, like in Germany and stuff.
I had some great food and just some really great times.
Germany, China, and all that.
My co-designer, he actually just got back from Tokyo. I'm pretty sure he's more Wagyu than man now. But he had a wonderful time as well, and he would like to say arigato gozaimasu to the wonderful people of Japan. We are, of course, launching there early next year. Very exciting. Now, this is normally the part of the Lorecast where I show you a bunch of cards from the set that are Ryan-sized, and I can't do that because, as many of you pointed out, they weren't big enough. So instead of showing you Ryan-sized cards, I'm going to show you Ryan-sized cards. Before I do that, though, I want to say hi to my friend Edgar Paston, who is also
right now we have the Taste of Game Day.
Come on, man.
Good to be here.
It's good to have you, man.
Nice shirt.
It's true. And Edgar, how long have you been an art director with us now?
A little over 3 years.
Okay, that's
pretty much from the beginning.
This dude's killing it then, because the art in these cards are phenomenal.
Yeah, I got to be set lead on this one this time around, so it was a lot of fun.
And what is set lead? What does that mean from an art director standpoint?
Really, it just means that we get to decide on what the look and how the physics work on things, and which we'll get into a little bit.
Exciting.
Well, I do have some cards.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get any more Robin Hood cards.
You play with your sons too, right?
I do. I have 2 sons, and my older boy is a great player. He gets into it. You know, he's learning. He's learning.
No, I met him down at D23. We had some games together. He was amazing. All right. So let's start off now. Big Hero 6 is, of course, one of the big franchises that are making their entrance here with Azurite C. So let's start off with the man himself, Baymax.
Ooh.
He is a 3-cost inkable.
Okay, 3 ink.
0 strength,
0
willpower,
4,
2 lore. His name is Baymax Personal Healthcare Companion, which I
like that.
There. It's kind of nice.
If you have an inventor
ability fully charged,
you may pay 1 less.
if you have an inventor character in play, you pay 1
remove
less
up to 1
ink
damage
to
from
play
another
this character. And you said ow. For 2 ink, remove up to 1 damage from another chosen character.
Okay.
I think the art is beautiful.
It's a rare as well.
The fact that the flavor text, like you said, that's just so cool to me that they tie all of that stuff together.
It's one of my favorite things. Like when we first were coming up with the game, we knew we wanted to have as much theme on the cards as possible. And of course, there's
that is cool because, like, for instance, like there's the main cards where it's like reckless, right, or like bodyguard.
We call ability names, and these.
But then the ability names thing is just different.
Here, and we just want to help.
I like that,
like what's happening on the card and stuff. But it's another way too to get some.
Because it gives it a little bit of personal flavor text or personal effect without it being.
This is fun. All right. Now this one, said if you have an inventor character in play,
an inventor character. So inventors.
There we go. Hero Hamada.
3 for an 0/3. Search deck for an item card or library card or robot
prodigy.
card.
0
shuffle.
strength, 3 power, 1 lore.
So it's a searcher.
Has the ability Sweet Tech. Exert and pay 2 ink. Search your deck for an item card or a robot character card and reveal to all players. Shuffle your deck and put that card on top of it.
Okay.
And at the bottom it says a couple more tweaks, and I've just about got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm glad you read all of that because
Interesting.
People ask me at conventions all the time, like, can you clarify it? And I'm like, probably not.
But I can tell you about the art.
Yeah, I can tell you about this art.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think for this one was a little bit tough because of his hair. his hair.
Oh, interesting. Sure, sure.
I mean, it's beautiful. It turned out wonderful. I think Denny did a wonderful job.
Oh yeah, like reflecting the screen on this side, but kind of differently on this side.
Finding the right balance too, because there's only so much volume that you can add.
I know about hair volume and lack thereof.
The card art is phenomenal.
I think
on
what's
these,
interesting
by the
is
way.
that our art, on the card is, it's so tiny, but the amount of detail that goes into the art is really amazing.
That's the thing. Is like I can only imagine that they do a massive image of it, right? And then it's
the attention
condensed.
to detail. I think that is one of my favorite parts of it. Really is because that's how we show people our love for this game and our love for these characters as well.
That's our visual love.
Okay, so far we've got like a healer, like a healing sort of card in Baymax, and then a searcher.
Honey Lemon.
Chemical
Genius.
1/1 for 2.
2-cost inkable.
2 lore. When
strength,
you play this
1
character, you may
willpower,
pay
2
2
lore.
to have each one
The
just choose a
ability,
discard.
Here's the best part. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to have each opponent choose and discard a card.
Okay.
Oh, look at
It's not. Yeah, exactly. You were talking about detail earlier, and not only does the artist have that say, but our art directors, who are amazing, by the way, and I'm not counting myself. But
well, you should.
The art directors that are involved in these pieces, Aris, who did this piece, and the art directors are really looking at those details and really wanting to infuse a lot of that movie magic into these pieces.
No, it's
another
so
green
much fun.
discard
so
card. Yay.
Yeah, and you're going to love this, as the flavor text kind of tickles me, because when you play her, your opponents are not going to love this at all. They're going to have to but it's kind of neat too, because you these types of cards, and this is clear. This is not the first set that does this, but these types of characters that you can pay an additional cost when you play them, I think came out of Shimmering Skies for the first time. They had a really nice strategic choice, right? And that's something that Emerald is really known for. Choosing,
if you play it early, you can play it as a normal, or just a normal,
so this idea of
normal
player for
character.
2 ink, just I need a
but then if you wait, if you get it late game or mid game,
you'll
you'll have that extra ink, so you can play
pretty
it.
interesting because it turns what is normally she costs 2, might be an early game play, but if you draw her late game, you're not really sad, right? Normally you might be sad late game to draw a 2-cost card because you're like, man, I really need something that's a heavy hitter. But this one, can still have that late game effect. So I think that's a fun mechanic. All right, now
it gives you that good balance.
Fred, mascot by name, face in this piece. But let me get through the card, and we'll talk about the art. So it's a 1-cost inkable, 1 strength, 1 willpower, 1 lore, and his ability. How cool is that? Whenever this character is challenged, gain 2 lore, and he says, "But by night, I am also a school mascot." It's just such a fun. But his face,
that's solid.
I
that's such a great card.
And we thought it was hilarious to have him doing the sign spinning thing. It's such a. That's how you.
That's so funny. That's such a neat card.
A lot of really cool
if you
stuff
could put,
going on in this one.
if you could somehow do resist with him,
all right, coming up now,
being in that costume,
right?
Almost done.
So whenever he gets challenged, it just resist. You can resist out of it.
Legendary Big Hero 6 coming up. So
legendary Big Hero 6.
We have Wasabi.
Okay, Wasabi.
Engineer.
Ooh, okay.
He's a 4-cost inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower,
Okay,
1
3.
lore. 2 abilities now. First one is Blades of Fury.
When you play this character, you may banish, chose an item. Its player gains 1 lore.
Its player gains 1 lore. And quick reflexes.
During your
turn,
turn,
this character gains evasive.
And
of course here he's
that's a solid mid-card play.
To break some chains. Is there a story behind the chains there?
Well, that's actually part of what you're going to be seeing. We always have this narrative. Kind of always broken.
Because you can banish your own item and gain a lore with this.
Discovering.
So it's for us to figure out.
So if you can somehow, if you can get like a bunch of, if you can get some items that like
it is part of a
only work when you really play them, sort of thing, or when you sack them.
This one is like
or when you banish them.
Use it on my opponent to get rid of an item that they.
No, I'm going to use it on
that
myself.
I don't want them to have.
Yeah.
But in a pinch, you use it on your own to once again get some surprise lore.
And then during your turn against evasive, that's solid.
I promised you a legendary from the Big Hero 6.
Okay, legendary from Big Hero. What do we got?
It has to be.
It's Baymax, right?
Yeah. Armored Companion. This is a 5-cost inkable, 2 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore. The ability, the treatment is working. When you play this character, and whenever he quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from another chosen character of yours. Gain 1 lore for each 1 damage removed this way. This is a fun piece of art right here.
So you could technically gain 4 lore for questing with him.
Well, and this is also, going along with the theme that started, I believe, in Shimmering Skies, or was it before that, where the art
Oh,
for
this
the
is going to be
legendaries
gross.
breaks the border in certain key places. I think it's a really fun
Interesting.
detail there.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun.
Sapphire
playing
getting
around with how we do
some
that,
nice
how far we
cards
go,
right now.
and we're starting to get into the groove here.
Yeah, no, it
of,
looks amazing.
How we're breaking that plane.
And it's like subtle, but it's really effective, I think, especially with like brighter effects like this. And then you've got these interesting little things here. Can you tell us about those, or are those still secret?
No, not secret at all. I think those are the Ink Runner ships.
Ink Runner ships.
Those happen to be native to the world of Lorcana, and you're going to see a lot more of those and a lot of different versions of that same ship.
Right. So these are how like Illumineers and their Glimmers might like traverse large distances.
For those that don't fly on their own, I would say, right? Right. Because they have the luxury of they have the luxury of going around on their own. But yeah, we have some very cool little Ink Runners coming up. And you guys will get to see a couple of them.
That's exciting. Very cool. Okay, now moving on to Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers. I was going to say my childhood, yeah.
Teenagehood? I don't know. I'm an old man. I'm an old man. I don't know. Anyway, but of course, we have Chip, Ranger Leader.
Oh my God,
starting off this part of the card reveals. He is a 4-cost inkable.
Okay.
3 strength, 4 willpower, 2 lore, has ability to value friendship.
Yeah.
While you have a character named Dale in play, this character gains support.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just one of the many
Support's
cards
one of those
we
ones
like
that
I
don't play a whole lot. But
crossing both
when me
cards.
and my co-host Danute played,
because not only does the art
he used support a lot to
the game.
It's so cool. Yeah.
So Dale out. Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah, beautiful card by French.
Also, I love stuff like this where it's Chip and Dale.
Now,
so do we have Dale?
We don't have the art you were talking about, but we do have Dale.
Dale.
This one is Dale Mischievous Ranger.
Just as good.
Okay, 4 for 3, 4.
He is a
When you play this
4-cost
character, you may
inkable,
put the
3
top 3
strength,
cards of your deck
4
into your
willpower,
discard
1 lore,
to give chosen
with the
character
ability
-3.
Nuts about pranks. Well, when you play this character, you may put the top 3 cards of your deck into your discard to give chosen character -2 strength until the start of your next turn. And this one's cool because they're both on there. Chip and Dale are both on in the art here, and I love that he's dropping acorn bombs.
Or 3 specifically. Right?
Oh, sure.
Because that's
Yo.
So he drops 3 acorns on whoever you want to challenge, and they lose strength because they're like ducking head under the.
I would never
super fun.
have assumed that.
Into this as much as we possibly can, because we're also big fans, as I mentioned.
Yeah, you guys play this is and you love Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers, outstanding. Yeah. All right. And then, of course, we couldn't do Rescue Rangers without Gadget Hack Wrench.
Yes.
Right here. She is a 6-cost inkable, 3 strength, 6 willpower, 3 lore. She is the Brilliant Bosun.
Yeah. 3 6 for 6 for 3, shift 4.
And her ability mechanically set.
Well, you have 3 or more in play, you may pay 1 less.
In play, you pay 1 ink less to play Inventor characters. This is
okay, so Inventors and
Inventor deck.
Yeah.
Blue just, I'm going to keep saying blue, but Sapphire just got a massive upgrade.
That's really cool. She's kind of like standing.
It seems like in this set.
Gadget pose right there, thumbs up. She's super cute.
Like off rip.
Adorable,
the goggles and the ears popping out like an eyepiece. It's just.
And as a bonus, we got to learn a new word here. I didn't know what bosun meant.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's like expert.
Well, it's a ship's crew. It's a ship's crew.
Yeah.
They have a whistle. A bosun's whistle.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I
did not know that.
They have a special whistle.
I still don't know what
they're
saying.
I'm not sure what they do.
Like they're supposed to be like a specialized person.
Still don't know.
That's what lots of people watching going, okay, guys. Ryan said he was an Age of Sail nerd. Yeah, okay. Well,
you guys make us smarter with these little details.
Oh my! I like that we have little screws and nuts for scale too. That's kind of fun too. Okay.
It definitely helps with a small character like her not look gigantic.
Right. All right, wrapping up our reveals for Rescue Rangers, we have Rescue Rangers Away!
Rescue Rangers Away.
This is a 2-cost inkable action, and it says count the number of characters you have in play. Chosen character loses strength equal to that number until the start of your next turn.
Oh, so that lasts through their turn,
just
too.
A lot going on.
Yes, yeah. This is like instant nostalgia for folks that.
I was gonna say that image is literally just Rescue Rangers.
Afternoon.
Like
it's amazing. I love
if you used to watch Rescue Rangers
Mariana
growing up, that's it. That's what you think.
Very super talented artists that work on this, and she is amazing. She has a lot of love for Rescue Rangers 2 shoes.
I think
right around that time.
It's pretty clear too. I mean,
Yeah,
the detail here and this is amazing.
Yeah.
What I think is interesting from a gameplay standpoint here is that normally any card that reduces a character's strength only does it the turn you play it.
Yeah, this
one extends until your next turn. So this means that not only can you challenge that character on the turn you play this, and
there's a couple cards like that in Lorcana that are really kind of cool.
They won't want to challenge with it
because it lasts all the way through their turn, back to my turn.
High strength, I'm going to reduce it so that I'm at less risk. I'm going to quest with a bunch of my guys or something like that. So, yeah, that's a pretty interesting take on the strength reduction mechanic there. All right, so next we've got a couple of Stitch cards. Starting off with the first location reveal. It is the Galactic Council Chamber.
The Galactic
is the only way
Council
I could say such
Chamber.
A fantastic name.
All right, so cost 3, 1 to move, 7 to destroy.
It has 7 willpower and a move cost of 1 and 1 lore.
One lore when
and
you have an alien or robot character.
Federation decree. While you have an alien or robot character here, this location can't be challenged.
Oh.
So is there, what is it? What are the differences between doing like an action or a character card versus like, I mean, obviously the difference of aspect ratio, but are there other differences?
That's interesting.
Well, I would say the focus is definitely.
As soon as you put a character there, they have to destroy. You have to banish the character first now. You can't just banish
this one.
The
specifically
location
was one of our very first challenges because the whole point of this set is that you're out to sea. Right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
On this really weird area, but then you have some locations. Right? So instead of just doing, I think we could have gone the route of like, let's just do an island, right?
Right.
They're all on an island.
Yeah.
We figured like this is so big and it's like it would be so cool to have that whirlpool in the center.
I love that.
Like, you know what? It's just sticking out of the sea. It's doing some strange stuff.
That's interesting.
Again, that I was starting to talk about. You start to see a little bit more of it here, right? There's whirlpools. There's like these big.
I dig it.
Up, kind
of coming up on that side
that are going to appear.
Well, and also the one thing I like about this is that with it being you have an alien or robot, because it allows for like a version of tribal
steel,
right?
Yeah, it's got the steel symbols there.
Yeah.
I also love the Stitch outline.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
In the glass there, that's really cool.
He's such a crowd favorite. I don't know anybody that doesn't love Stitch. So
that's a great question.
Just add him in there, make sure that it's obvious.
Like
who doesn't love Stitch, right?
All right. Well, speaking of Stitch,
let's see him. Let's see the boy.
Action card, but it's got some delightful Stitch art. It is Hot Potato, everybody.
Hot Potato.
It is a 3-cost inkable action, and the abilities choose one: either deal 2 damage to chosen character or banish chosen item. And it says this is not going to end well.
Right, and you could almost hear his voice in this, right? Like he's kind of tossing it, and
this bizarre. What is this? It's like carrot. Ray gun thing with he's got a ray gun. He stuffed the carrot in it and he's throwing
it's meant to be like it's about to explode, right? He stuffed the carrot in there and
that's hilarious.
And then he like pulls the trigger and it's like
he's
like
that's hilarious.
And then of course told really well by the ability itself, which is I can either throw it at a character or I can throw it at an item and it'll blow it up. That is super fun.
Every time I see these images and how they're paired with the mechanic and or the
this seems like it's going to be a really fun set. There's not like, of course, we haven't seen any of the villains
such a wonderful job
yet, or any of like the bad,
the
baddies yet.
Abilities like this,
but it's just a lot of fun. It feels like right now.
It looks like you're throwing a thing, but it's not always clear, to tell the story of what the card is doing.
So it'll be interesting to see what.
And so to be able
that's
to bridge
going to be
I think is a really good example. I also really like the detail that since this is glowing, he's got on his face. You can see the glow on his hand and his face there.
Did you notice the starfish though?
What? Where's the starfish? Right there. That's awesome.
And kind of going back to what we were talking about, the weird physics. You look in the back; those are not mountains. That's meant to be the water rising.
Like a maze.
It's weird,
Yes. Oh, that's very cool. That's awesome. Okay, and now we talked about it earlier, but here it is. Stitch, Alien Buccaneer.
Alien the Buccaneer. Oh, it's uninkable.
Uninkable card.
Uninkable.
He has 3 strength, 4 willpower, 2 lore. Shift 3, an ability ready for action. When you play this character, if you use Shift to play him, you may put an action card from your discard on top of your deck.
Actually, not
and
terrible.
Once again, we have a lot going on in this piece as well.
So much. Yeah, this started out as
the enchanted cards in this set are going to go
just get
insane.
The artwork in there, and then it just turned into
insane.
Just epic piece. And this
I think this is a rare, mind you, as well, right? But I think last time they showed us an enchanted, but I feel like I'm wrong with that now.
What's VizDev worth?
So VizDev meaning all of the stuff where we as set leads create the world that they're.
Oh,
that the
development.
characters
Oh, it's
are-
visual
yeah,
development.
visual
I see.
development,
Okay, yeah.
It's our fancy.
Oh, so it's like
Fancy
blue sky, like kind of exploring what things might look.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so, man, what a fun.
So I don't
game that was.
remember if they
It is
show.
a
They
lot of fun
showed.
for these guys.
What
And
was
I
it? It
mean,
was.
the amount of detail.
It
that
was
he
the
puts
Donald.
into
It was the
pretty
pie chucking
much any
Donald,
of the
and I don't remember if
costumes
that was
that are
the
non-canon.
legendary, or if that was the
And,
enchanted. It was one of the
we're
two.
exploring these things. He goes in and does a
But-
lot of detail and a lot of background. He'll do research and he
Oh, man.
actually like
That's so
goes
cool.
way deep. I mean, look at Scrump.
Yeah.
He has a little.
Oh,
eye patch.
Scrump is
The fact that
on.
he has an eye
like-
patch too, and that he's in
That's
there.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's just.
That's
packed with so much-
hilarious.
Oh, you got the chest hair coming out of the
It's
like
so-
you know,
You kinda have to,
flowing.
yeah.
It's very it's almost like a cover of a novel. You got what I like is his blasters have been kind of piraticized or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it totally looks like
Piraticized.
it says blaster clearly, but it looks like you might find it on a ship as well. And then wooden swords.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. He's got wooden
He's
swords.
spicy, but not not the regular metal blade kind of spicy.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, he's awesome, and he has a lot of detail built into every piece. Like even the sash. If you notice the sash, the little detail we threw in
Oh
there.
yeah! Oh my God, the flowers on
That
the
is
sash.
Lilo's. That's meant to
so
look like
cool.
Lilo's dress. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, and then you got some seagulls there. Oh,
Yeah.
really cool. Oh, and some ink runners in the
Yeah,
back
some
too. Oh,
Different
there.
style ink runners. Yeah.
It's kind of good. They're like.
I love the Stitch has
we
gone
can
so
zoom
much.
in on them so we can see all this stuff. All right, so now we just got a bunch more cards from a bunch of different franchises, and we're gonna start with Alice in Wonderland. We've
Ooh.
got the Mad Hatter's Teapot.
Yes.
This is a
Okay.
2-cost inkable item. It has the ability no room, exert and pay an ink. Each opponent puts the top card of their deck into their discard. And the flavor text says, Alice
Okay.
says, my goodness, the tea missed the cup. And Mad Hatter says,
I
no,
like-
no, my dear, the cup missed the tea, which I really enjoy. And
Sol-
there's actually a little
solid-
thing- I don't know
solid
how many
art-
people know this,
solid,
but some of this stuff, some of the flavor text is from the show itself. Some is written by our wonderful narrative team.
Yes.
But there's a hidden part of the card that actually tells you where it's from. So this line right here, if it looks like a pen like this, then it was written by our narrative team. Sometimes it looks like an open book, and that means it came straight from the story itself. Now, sometimes you'll see a little musical sign.
Yo,
and that
what?
is when it is a lyric from
yeah.
a song. And so it's just a fun little detail. It's been out since day one. So go back and look at your cards. You'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm
Some
gonna
of
have
those,
to-
you'll see a little book there, and
What?
that means it came straight from the movie. Sometimes you'll see this, and it came straight from the minds of our narrative team.
Yeah. We're
That's-
big on iconography. and
that's
I think that
such-
helps, right? Like,
I mean, it's kind of. I mean, speaking of that, I mean, it's kind of impressive how much information y'all have been able to put on the faces of the
Wow.
cards in a way that isn't like
That's
Yeah.
such a cool
overwhelming.
little like
So that's really
I
cool.
appreciate that because I'm not a
Easter
reader.
egg almost, right?
So I'm thankful that you're reading all of these. And I get to look at the pretty art.
That's
Yeah,
It's
it's-
very
Insane.
pretty. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
This is fun. You see the
lot of
magic
cool
kind of
details.
making the tea dodge the cup, and
Yeah.
or making the cup dodge the tea. It's really hard to say based on
The,
what the Mad Hatter
the
thinks.
cup's dodging
All
the
right.
tea. Let's be
Okay,
real here.
next up
The-
we
the-
have Sisu in her element.
And it's a book.
She is a 5-cost inkable, 3 strength,
It's a book.
6 willpower, 2
I'm
lore.
never gonna see that. I'm
She has
never not gonna
Challenger
unsee that now.
+2, and the quote, "I'm a water dragon. This is water. It's sort of my thing."
Yeah.
And it's a book, which
Again,
means it's
and
from.
see, look, you can see the book there means that's straight
It's from the movie.
source, right there.
There we go.
Oh, and Sisu's always
That's
a
a
delight.
that's a
I mean,
really cool
you guys
Sisu card
always
though.
knock out. She's got such splendid colors. And
5 for a 3/6.
Oh, man, this
2
is such
lore
a
with
beautiful
Challenger
piece here.
2.
I love
Yeah,
the
that's a
tiny
solid card.
Detail on the tail. I mean, down at card size, it's going to be really tough to see, I think, but it's really neat. All the stripes. Yeah, this is a fun one.
Yeah, but when you have it like this, and hopefully
That's
in
a
other
common?
formats later down the line, like you're gonna be able to really appreciate those details.
That's a common.
But I think
Yeah.
my favorite is like how she's walking on the droplets of water, right? Like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
really
Oh, that's
emphasizing that
super
word,
cool.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She's
And I
not surfing. She's
I guess not. It's not
walking on
over the top or
walking on
anything,
water,
but
and
just
you
for
get
a
to see some of
solid
the-
base
the
card,
walls
I think
coming
that's
up around
yeah.
her.
I think, like, from a gameplay standpoint, too, having 6 willpower and 2 lore, like, that's...
And it's
you're gonna
inkable.
Probably get at least 4 lore.
And it's
out of her,
Challenger
if not
2.
6. And so she
Like-
can be, quite formidable.
Yeah.
All right, one of my favorite enemies, creatures. I don't know
Oh,
what you call
enemies.
them. They're called Kakamura.
Kakamura.
Moana is one of my favorite movies of all
Kakamura.
time, and these tiny creatures are just hilarious because they're
Kakamura.
cute and also threatening.
4
Like, cute and
uninkable
creepy
for a
or cute and
5/2
scary.
with
I'm not
rush.
sure how to describe
nice.
it. Anyway, so we have a 4-cost
And it costs and has
uninkable.
1 lore.
This is Kakamura Boarding Party, 5 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. They have rush, and the quote, Moana, do you think they saw us? Maui, they saw us.
That's
As
100%.
evidenced by him jumping into
That's
action.
100%.
Now, I suspect you've had to do a lot
A
of
rush card.
Kakamura for this set.
Yes.
Was there kind of a deep dive into the Kakamura?
Yes, yeah, and that was a whole basically.
And it looks like a pen. So it was written. That was written by the narrative team,
right?
Yeah,
So
they're all meant to be very different.
Dude, I'm never gonna unsee
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of
Unthink that
different,
now.
shape
Anytime I
language that
see
gets
the
built
line,
into
I'm gonna be
each one
thinking of
them,
that.
How, the ranks also, which is also very cool.
Oh, is that right?
We do have the chief in here.
Oh yeah,
It's
sure.
very
You're,
obvious to see the chief.
Oh, okay. There's a Kakamura chief.
yeah, I have to wonder, like, do the stripes, are they, like, is there, something to each one? It's just really interesting to see and of course on screen it was so effective to see all the different Kakamura at the same time.
And you see different shape sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Okay, and now next up we have Tigger in the crow's nest. Oh,
Tigger!
He's a cool character.
Yes.
3
Very
inkable for
young child, I've
0/4,
always been a fan. And
1
of course,
lore with
Tigger's a lot
evasive.
of fun.
Whenever you
He is
play
a
an action,
free-cost, inkable character.
this character gains plus
0 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore, has evasive and the ability to swash your buckles. Whenever you play an action, this character has plus 1 strength and plus 1 lore this turn.
Okay.
This set is amazing because almost
That's-
in every piece,
that's
there's
aggressive.
just a lot, right? There's just a lot because of the action and the, it's really cool.
And that speaks a lot to the shape language that we're building into all of these, right?
Now you say shape language a lot, like unpack that a bit. So what do you mean by shape language?
So
Shape
each
language.
ink has a different shape language.
Oh, okay, sure.
Where we're discussing, like for instance here, Tigger is meant to be Ruby. He's not a shy character, right? He's an adventurer. He's out
brash.
there. Yeah, he's very brash. Yeah.
Oh,
These are the types of
okay.
characters that will jump into action first and ask questions later. So when you look at these cards, you're going to see a little flare
So,
of that
the
side
art
of
the
character.
art
And then also
reflects
we're
the
building in
color.
a lot of different sharp angles, right? Because
That's
Ruby-
cool.
Oh, sure,
Ruby's
like
meant to
the
be
like the
sharp.
symbol. It's got
Yeah.
those sharp angles.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if you look at
Interesting.
the ink bar.
That's
you see a lot of the
That's a
zigzags
very
that go
subtle
into that.
thing yet again.
You'll
A
see
lot
that
of
echoed
having
into not only
having
the
him
way that
on
the
here
rope
is just
kind of
shown
swinging
more
around,
of
which
the
then
subtleties of the
really brought
artwork
John
stuff
Yeah,
that
that's
they've
really
done,
great.
But you also
and
see
all
that
the little
echoed in
details they put
birds
into
that
the
are in
cards that
the
we
background.
normally
like
don't
the-
see.
Yeah, almost lightning
right?
bolt clouds. Yeah, that's
very,
really cool.
very interesting looking ink runners that you see in the background.
yeah.
You also see a lot of the very zigzaggy shape language in those as well.
So cool. I like that when I first saw this art, I thought he had both feet on the mast.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He has 1 foot on the mast, and then his tail actually wrapped around the mast, and his other foot's kind of
leaning
going towards that.
forward, yeah.
It's like it's very
that's
Ruby,
kinda
right?
funny.
It's
I did
very,
see that.
oh, that's super fun.
Never sure footing.
No,
These characters,
why?
yeah.
Why? Next up, we have Jim Hawkins, Honorable Pirate. He is a 7-cost.
More Jim!
4 strength,
super
7
rare.
willpower, 2
Lot
lore.
going on there.
He's
7
got bodyguard and the
7
ability to
inkable,
hire a
7
crew.
4 for
When you
2
play
bodyguard.
this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of pirate character cards and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now this is just a fantastic. I don't know if you know this, but that's the map from the movie.
It is. Oh wow, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We
this
like
is
to
another.
throw those little details in there. For
And
you
then
guys.
there's lots of what's with the
So those are
shadows
all-
back there?
Those are all actually aliens from the crew. that
Oh
you
right.
meet.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh,
That's
right.
cool.
It's hard to tell, but they're.
I don't know now, of course,
Most of
because
them
I
look
like that. I tribal. I like doing
Oh, yeah,
stuff
is that
based
right?
off
Oh,
the
that's
movies.
very cool.
So I
That's very
wonder
cool.
if the
I like
rest
this, course, if I'm
of
playing this in my pirate deck,
this
and it's one of those I
franchise
play
of pirates.
against my opponent, and it's
right.
if you make
that's-
your deck right, you just end up drawing on average 2 or 3 cards out of it. It's super strong. I mean,
Yeah.
you're paying the cost for it, but it's a really fun
It's a
card.
big cost, but if you can
All
pull
right,
more
and
pirates
finally,
out,
we have the last card is a legendary, and it is Yzma. Conniving
Yzma.
Heist. She is a 4-cost
3/3.
inkable, 3 strength,
3.
3 willpower,
Oh.
2 lore. She has the ability Feel the Power. Exert if you have fewer than 3 cards in your hand. Draw until you have 3 cards in your
Play,
hand.
play,
And the
play,
quote on the
tap,
bottom says,
draw
"One
3."
of these has got to work. Let's see what happens. All right, Yzma. She looks
Holy
like she's
draw
fun to
engine.
draw. I'm no artist, but she just looks fun to draw to me.
She
God,
is.
that's a
And-
good
and
draw
you'll
engine.
notice a lot of the shape language again in this. A lot of the
Oh, for
crescent
amethyst.
shapes.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of crescent shapes that are echoed everywhere that we can get them.
So cool. So you can go back,
such
look
a
at all
cool-
your
like-
amethyst cards and look for the crescents. It's
Yeah.
really neat. I love that detail.
A lot of that, typically we say that it looks like magical fire.
Oh, sure.
It
Yeah,
has
yeah.
that very crescent shape language to it.
Interesting.
We throw that into windows when we can in this case. And
That's so cool.
Yeah, Saf.
much
I mean,
every
no, not
detail
Sapphire.
that you see
Amethyst getting
in
a
the
good draw
background
engine right
especially.
there.
I could also hear a lot of players. I can hear their eyebrows raising because this ability can be really good. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of you
Play
all
your
know,
hand,
like when you
tap,
play,
draw,
you know, you can run
exert
out of
it,
cards
get
sometimes.
it.
Like, you know, because you're inking card and playing one or more cards in your turn, you can, you know, by the time you're at, I don't know, depending on your deck, you know, you could be out of cards. So this is a character that will make sure that at least for a turn, you're not going to run out of cards. Now you combine this with some bodyguard, and next thing you know, you're drawing.
Combine this with some bodyguard, or even some
This
cards
is
to
a
say
really
to
exciting card.
to
and that is what we have today for
to
card reveals. I want to thank
unexert,
Edgar for coming
or
out.
to
And I
ready
also wanna say,
characters.
you know,
right?
I'm always
ready
been
a
a fan
character each
of
turn. You just
your
ready
team's
her.
work, the
Boom.
creative
Each
team.
turn you just draw
the
3.
reason it's
Or you
beautiful
get
because
3.
of the creative team. And Edgar, thank you so much for making this a beautiful game. It is outstanding. So thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edgar.
Well, that's it for the announcements, but if you stick around after the break, you're going to learn about one of my favorite ways to play, a new play format we call Pack Rush.
Interesting. Pack Rush. Okay. So we'll here, this is what we'll do. I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna go like this. Let's see if they've updated the actual site, which doesn't look like they have. Maybe. Okay, so I mean, so first off, the site can't be reached. Well, that's upsetting. Oh, maybe it can. Maybe it could just then. And they were just lying to me. There we go. Products. So it's still not here yet. Let me just go here. Let me see if I can just... Let me see if I can just... Azurite... Seas? Was it Seas? Okay. So, yeah, the new set looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Pirate-based. Big Hero 6 being in is kind of dope. Not gonna lie. Big Hero 6 being in it is kind of dope. Rescue Rangers being in it is kind of dope. We're seeing a lot more alien, robot, inventor stuff. I dig that. I'm genuinely shocked that I was in this. Like, I was not reached out to by anyone. No one said anything to me. I had no clue. Just, I mean, I was covering me during the, you know. So that was really cool to see. The new gift box looks really cool. I love the fact that they have a binder in there, because right now I'm using I'm just using regular old, like, big old binders, right? So the fact that they're doing specific Lorcana binders is kind of nice. It would be really cool if they do that every... I don't know how many sets I think it is. Because, well, we're in set 6. So if they did that every 6 sets, I think that'd be kind of cool. Just like I was saying when they did the Illuminator's Quest. The Illuminator's Quest was after set 4. I was saying if they did that every 4 sets, that'd be cool. If they just kind of have this repetition thing like that, where every couple sets they release these things again, then it keeps this nice repetitive motion of it, and then we get, you know, brand new items, but they don't feel like they're overloading us with them, right? I remember them saying beforehand that the set was going to be out in November. I don't remember when in November. This is from a while ago as well, mind you, but I remember it saying November. Like I said, I just want to see what this format thing is they're going to talk about, the Pack Rush. I just want to hear what they say about it, and then I'm going to check the site again. To see if they've updated the site. If they've updated the site, then we can look at some of the cards on there to show them and, like, to show all the different stuff. But I remember a while ago they said it was going to be out in November. New stuff coming out. We got Pocahontas coming out in the future. We have Black Cauldron coming out in the future. Pixar, they said, was coming out in the future. All 3 of those are solid. Yeah, this was a good Lorecast, man. This was a good Lorecast. Yet again, I like it when... This is a little bit longer than the second one. I mean, longer than the second one, shorter than the first one. The first one went way too long, in my opinion, still. But I like this. If it's around 20 to 40 minutes, I think that's fine, because they're really exploring a lot of stuff and showing us a lot, talking about it. They were also talking about this being the first full year of the game, which is nice. I didn't get fully invested in the game, or where I live in the northeast of the U.S., we didn't really see the cards up here, right where I'm at. We didn't really see the cards up here until late December, January time. So I kind of showed up late to it. I've been buying and playing. My whole middle shelf there is literally just Lorcana now. Yeah, I dig it. I dig what they released. It's interesting. I can't wait to see more stuff be released as time goes on. And as always, on the channel, we will be unboxing. I'm going to probably get the Trove. I'm probably going to get the gift box too. So, both those be unboxed on the channel. But like I said, though, I'm intrigued to see what this pack rush is. I have an idea, like a basic brain idea of what it's going to be. But I want to hear what they say. So what I want to think it's going to be is it's going to be one of those things where it's like you get like 5 packs, you open them up, you can run any colors, and then you just build a deck, like that sort of thing. And you just rip it, right? You just send it. That's what I'm assuming it's going to be, but I want to hear what they say. So, okay. That's way too many enchanteds. Give me some of them. At least one more. I just want the Steel Robin Hood one. I'm not gonna lie, that's the main one I want. That was adorable.
Welcome back, and as promised, we are going to play some Pack Rush. Now, Pack Rush is one of my favorite ways to play because all you need, each player needs 2 packs, and you need a friend. And today, I brought Meg Hansen. She is our Global Organized Play Manager. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, some of you may remember this because at
I have no clue.
Events, the Challenge event in Atlanta,
I have no clue.
I started toying around with this with some of the fans there. And so if you remember that, if some of you were there, it has changed a little bit since you saw it because, we came up with it there, kind of started playing it, and then we brought it back to the office and the design team got a hold of it, and now we have what we call Pack Rush. So let's go through some of the basics of the rules, and then we'll play a game. Now, first of all, as I mentioned before, each player needs 2 packs. You're going to open the packs, take out the marketing card, and put those in your inkwell. So you're going to start with 2 ink right off the bat with those 2 marketing cards. The rest of the card, shuffle them, and do your best not to look at them. I mean, you can. They're your cards. Do what you want. But I think it's a lot more fun when you shuffle the cards, and during the game, you have no idea what you've drawn or what you're going to draw. The other rules are we're playing to 15 lore. You start with 5 cards instead of 7. And in the really unlikely event that you run out of cards in your deck, just shuffle your discard back into your deck. Now, we're, don't want anyone losing the game just because we're starting with fewer cards, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and open the packs. Now, I recommend when you open the packs, do it from the flap side.
Okay, so that's, like I said, I just wanted to see what they were saying with it. That's actually really, so they're using the new mats, which is really cool. That's really cool. So 2 packs. So you have both your packs. You take the info card at the end, and you put those down in your inkwell. Boom, you have 2 lore. It's to 15. You draw 5 cards, and then you just play. That's actually not terrible. I kind of dig that. That's kind of a really weird... It's a really weird but cool way to play, right? Because it allows you to have a lot of crossover. I was going to say misdirect. Crossover on cards, right? Because you can't have 3 cards, so you might find a weird combo or weird synergies that you weren't sure about that now you're seeing because of just playing with what you have. I dig this. This is kind of cool. Now this is wild if you do get like a phenomenal pack, right? And the other person doesn't. All right, let me see if this works again. Mind you as well, I do have Azurite Sky Seas in there, which I think may not have been the full correct name of what we were looking at. But let's see here, products. Yep, it's still not there. Okay, so as of right now, it's not on the site, so I can't really show much more else. I will do this real quick, though, just to take a look at something else. I am excited. This is going to be an interesting set. We'll have to see. Like I said, I think they said before that it was, I want to say mid-November. It's going to main TCG game stores, that sort of thing. And then after that, I think it's going to... after that, I think it is then going to hobby shops. I mean, not hobby shops, to retailers like it normally would be. Yes, there's nothing on their site. There's Lorcana. Azurite C is the name of it. Not C's, just C. Azurite C. So, actually, that might not even be it either, now that I'm looking at this. Anyways, none of this is loading up. We're not really getting much. I'm not really getting much of anything here. So, yeah, no, I'm excited. I do want to say a massive thank you to Ravensburger for including me in the video. That was unreal. It was unreal. I genuinely was not expecting that. Hadn't had anyone say anything to me about it. I'm glad that I could be a part of this. You know, I really don't know what else to say. I'm kind of, you know, struck with that. So, but let me know what you guys think, right? Are you guys excited? Are you not excited? What decks are you currently working on? What decks are you not working on? What things do you like to play against? What things do you not like to play against? What do you think overall? What's the set you want to see or a franchise you would like to see come into it? I just want more Robin Hood cards. I'm trying to build a Robin Hood deck that's just cards from Robin Hood. I mean, of course, the action cards, item cards, and locations won't fully be from Robin Hood franchise, but everything else will be Robin Hood franchise. Like all the main characters are Robin Hood franchise. But that's the main one that I'm working on. I've started. I basically have a broom deck fully made. Those are the main two that I've been running right now that I got going. So let me know down in the comments down below. Right, love to hear from you guys. And as always, depending on where you are, I'm more than happy to even night. Stay out, stay safe, and we talk to y'all later. Okay. Bye. I still can't believe that I was in the video for like the 1 year thing. I'm still shocked by that. Like genuinely, like yeah, that was the coolest thing ever.